Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights
I ain't finished yet.
o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the
What's going on, guys? Hey, how are ya? It's Repeat back, and it is Sunday night. That means it's time for these NNR truck guys to get the second race of the elimination round of the 2020 NNR Chase started, and get this race for Michigan in the books, man. I'm excited. I'm actually going to be at Michigan all week long. You'll be able to catch me here tonight, tomorrow night with the Pro Invitational between eSpark, Shake and Bake, and NNR. Tuesday with NNR when the Xfinity guys hit the track right here in Michigan, and then again on Thursday. So yeah, it's gonna be a great week all the way around of NNR and the Pro Invitational. You're gonna see a lot of great racing from Michigan all this week. I can't wait. It's gonna be a great time. The truck guys are just now getting into qualifying, so we're going to go ahead and let them be. They've got between, I think it's right around 10 trucks on track tonight, so not a huge field, but we are whittling it down from, all the way down to the top 4 people that are going to race for a championship this season in the NNR. Watt is still trying to defend, although Asbel got it done last week at Road America, so he knows for sure that when we head to Atlanta in just 4 short weeks, that he's going to be going for that championship. Rock NASCAR's out there saying hello to you too, sir. Glad to see you along. Also, Worm Rider, definitely appreciate you following while the channel was offline. Great, always great to have new people come along. Don't be afraid to say something out there in chat. I'll definitely talk right up with you. These NNR truck guys, it has been a long, grueling year for a lot of them. I mean, we stopped taking in new people just shortly after Charlotte, but most of the guys that are here have been around all season long. They've been, rolling with every single punch, keeping it going, and just doing their thing. And man, it's gonna be great to see not only this week here at Michigan, but also next week at Homestead, Miami. Then we go to the paperclip of Martinsville, and then finally we're wrapping up the season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So it's going to be a lot of fun. One big shout out, as always, definitely a big special thank you to Madison Rising for allowing NNR to use their version of the national anthem at the start of every single one of our NNR races. Hopefully, they'll allow me to continue to use their song and video when we move on to the 2021 season, which will be starting I would imagine probably about a month after Heat 5 comes out. So don't forget, Heat 5 kicks off on July the 7th, I believe, for those that pre-order it, and anybody else has to wait just a couple more days in order to get theirs and get on track and get rolling. But yeah, please go to Spotify, go to YouTube, look up Madison Rising, or also you could just look up the lead singer. He's kind of gone his own way. He goes by the name of Dave Bray USA. He's a former Navy medic. He was assigned to a Marine unit. He's all about the fire, police, military, EMS, first responders. He's that kind of a guy, and definitely got a big thanks to him. So yeah, again, big thank you to Madison Rising. We appreciate what you do. The other thing on Dave Bray USA, obviously with all this COVID on, nobody is really out there as far as big bands go performing and selling their goods and getting paid by the venues to put on a great show. So if you go to Dave Bray USA, for example, look at the shirts, look challenge coins, look at anything that they've got going on, CDs. If you buy a shirt, he sends you a signed CD. He's it. I'm prior Air Force, so I kind of have a thing for my brothers and sisters in uniform, and it'll probably be that way for life. They say once a Marine, always a Marine. I wasn't in the Marines. I was in the Air Force, but there's still a complete brother and sisterhood, that goes around anytime you sign that dotted line to old Uncle Sam for the amount of up to anything in your life at any given time. So again, please go on and check them out. But back to these guys. Yeah, like I said, they are in qualifying right now. Got 10 trucks on track. It's Michigan. It's a whole lot of draft, high speed, high bank, 2-3 wide. I went back and I watched the spring from here for all 3 series, and we had more trucks on track. Same thing in Xfinity and Cup. Well, we had more cars on track for that as well. But um, I'm 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 positive that these guys are going to put on the same kind of show. If you think about the Cup race that Dohar won, he was 4-1. He had the 21 of JCX 12 underneath him. He had the 20 of then CGMX Rose, and then I believe it was the one of God Power all the way up on the high side. I could be wrong on him, but probably not. I'm probably not off too much. I definitely remember JCX 12 and CGMX Rose because Dohar was trying to make that line extremely wide, and yeah, it paid off for him in the end, and he was excited. It was the second win of the second win of the season. He had gotten it done at Richmond on fuel, and then he was so happy to finally get one done on raw speed at a track that is extremely fast. So I'm looking forward to a lot of the same. It's going to be a great week. Tonight I'm by myself, but I'm always happy to see you. And then on Tuesday night, of course, I'll be with the one and only Stout Whiskey to call the Xfinity race with me, and then of course on Thursday night, Mr. HD Motorsports himself will be in the booth with me, or we get to do it all together. We have now for well over a year now, and man, I've learned a lot from that guy, and he definitely knows that. I will be forever thankful. HD hasn't said yes or no as to whether he's going to continue when Heat 5 comes out. I'm sure hoping he does because I love calling these races with him. And yeah, we'll kind of let it go at that. But for all y'all that are out there right now, definitely appreciate you coming out, sticking it out with. Again, these guys are still qualifying. Shouldn't be much longer. If you at some point if you come in and you're joining from another race, from another stream, I do know that there was one guy that was going to be bouncing around a little bit, going from this stream here. Again, hi, I'm Repeat. To I think it was the IVRL stream, and then also the eSpark stream. Worm Rider, good to see you. Thanks very much for the follow while we were offline. Definitely appreciate you. All right, great. So it was you that was doing that. Perfect. Yeah. Like I said, hi again. Repeat. I call all the races for the NNR Truck Xfinity and Cup Series races every week. The trucks are every Sunday right around 9 o'clock. Xfinity is on Tuesday nights between 8:30 and 9, and then again on Thursday with the Cup guys on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Tuesdays I'm joined with Stout Whiskey, and Thursday again the one and only HD Motorsports. Y'all, a lot of people remember him from last season's Pro League. But Worm Rider, that is a great idea to kick off and see if it works. Hopefully, you get a lot of people in there, draw up a lot of interest. Whatever helps bring the community closer and closer and closer. Three Wide Racing had a great idea trying to bring a bunch of people together. I mentioned that tonight I'll be broadcasting the race. It's the goodbye to Heat 4. Also, to help bring a little bit of awareness to morethanAcape.org. So make sure you tune in for that. That race is between eSpark, the IVRL series, and NNR. So tomorrow. Tomorrow is eSpark, NNR, and Shake and Bake. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's absolutely a lot going on, Coach. Very busy heat night with a bunch of great series having at it. Like you just said, I think you were covering eSpark, NNR, and the IVRL. So Worm Rider, definitely a great idea. I hope it works out for you. Hopefully you get a lot of positive feedback. The guys definitely enjoy putting on great racing for everybody. The gentleman that you see right there in chat right now, Coe, he's kind of like the community or the NNR mayor. I've said it many times. I don't like calling NNR a league. This is more like a community. So definitely. Anything that helps bring everybody together rather than bashing them, I am absolutely all for it. It looks like the clock is ticking down on these guys as far as their qualifying time. They've got just about a minute left on that clock, and then they'll go back to the lobby, get a few last-minute words from the one and only SWATs, kind of reminding them where they can enter on pit road, where they can exit pit road, where they need to kind of signal that they'll be coming down pit road. So there's going to be a lot going on, but I'm glad to have you all aboard. It's going to be a good race. As far as the truck playoffs go, you can see those points continuing to scroll across the bottom of the screen. The only one that knows for sure that he is racing for a championship so far this season is NNR Asbel. He got it done last week at Road America. It was a great race. There were a couple guys that were able to keep up with him. The 5 Little Tank as well as the 88 Watt Racing. Watt is trying to repeat as the series champion. So we know that he's fast, he's consistent. I'm definitely hoping that he's going to be able to maybe get a win here in the next 3 before we go to Atlanta. But the points are extremely tight. Maybe not at the very top, but those last couple points to make it into the top 4 are they are very close. All right, so the countdown clock is done. They're heading their way back to the lobby right now. Coe, I hope you're doing well. I haven't got a chance to talk to you here lately, but yeah, I saw Rock's posts for all the leagues that were starting right around 9 o'clock tonight, and somebody actually commented, "Man, there's a lot going on." So when Stout asked if I'd care if somebody kind of followed the stream and brought it along, or however he was going to do it, just bouncing channel to channel while streaming. I don't know, but yeah, it's a great idea. Looking at the information here. All right, just adjusting some settings. But for anybody that's out there, if you know somebody that's going to be out here on track tonight in NNR, shout them out. Who do you think is going to be able to pull it off? Usually after the pit stops, the does tend to get a little strung out. So we'll have to see how that plays out, or if they stay in a big old pack or what. Doing worse than work on country. Well, I tell you what, if you want to take a ride, several hours south, I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, but no, I know that you definitely do a lot of work. Thank you very much, Coe, for getting all the points updated. For anybody that wants, please, by all means, go to nnrleague.com. Right across the top, you see the tabs for the truck playoffs, the Xfinity playoffs, and the Cup playoffs. And you also, on the home screen, if you scroll all the way down to the Zazzle tab, you can definitely see what is available in the NNR apparel line. There's everything from there's everything. There's golf balls if your boyfriend or husband or girlfriend or whatever plays golf, or any of it. There's wall clocks, there's stickers, there's pillows, there's keychains. I got my own keychain on the site. There's all kinds of stuff. So please, by all means, go on over, check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll have the streams of both NNR SWATs and NNR Cowboy up tonight, and it looks like their countdown clock is done. Go ahead and take one of these invites, get loaded in, get this race underway again at Michigan all week long. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some fields will definitely be bigger than others, but either way, competition all the way around. And don't forget, as you see, so that crawl that's going across the top of the NNR logo on the bottom right, it says Cup Prize on Thursday nights. Well, I'll tell you what, this Thursday night, the prize is up to $70 Microsoft cash. So, man, you don't want to miss that. All you got to do is tune in with me and HD on Thursday night and send out a chat message with who you think it will be in the top three. Who do you think HD and I will be interviewing when the race is concluded? And if you are the first one to get the combination right, again, they don't have to finish in any certain order. If you're the first one to get the combination right, I have $70 Microsoft cash for you. You just gotta be the first one, and it's gotta be before the end of stage 2. And you've got to be here when I call your name. So let's go ahead and take us through the field here and see where everybody's going to be kicking it off. Looks like first the guy that's going to be bringing them to the line is last week's winner, the 8 truck of NNR Asville. To the outside of that, going to be the 75 of Fatless Dig. Fatless been pretty strong. Then we got the 5 of Little Tank. Little Tank had a great finish last week as well. Was also able to give Asville. I'm sorry. 5 of Little Tank was able to give Asville a bit of competition at Road America. Then we got the 18 of Cowboy. Cowboy had a great race last week as well. In fact, at one point, I was calling him as trying just to stay on the lead lap where he was actually leading. But we won't have that problem once Heat 5 comes out. Then we got the 51 of NNR Swats, your series admin. Outside of Swats is the 33 of NNR Tripper, the old Trippy main for all those that remember that name instead. Then we got the 25 of Alpha York, 88 of Watt Racing, 90 of Papa Bear, and the 17 of Spurl. But we are back in the front. We are back green. We're sent off. We're going to change this old to an old green light. Green light's in the air. And looks like Asville's going to go ahead and take it down through turns 1 and 2. 5 Little Tank's going to snug right in. But they're still, a couple wide behind them. Excuse me. This place, if you can stay in the draft, you've got a shot at the win. So I'm glad again that we're here. I mean, I love this track. I always have, no matter what game it's been on, whether we're going back to NASCAR 09 or if we're right here where we are on Heat 4. Michigan is one of the fastest, most competitive tracks out there, and it's like a Talladega 2.0 or a Daytona 2.0 or Chicago or a Las Vegas, and we all know what kind of racing we saw there. And no doubt that is what we're going to see again. I don't think we're going to see anybody flat pull away. Again, if you can stay in the draft, you've got a shot. But so far, it has been the 8 of Asville completing the second lap all green, which is something that NNR is absolutely known for. Not a whole lot of cautions fly in this community. They're very, very good at keeping track of their surroundings. They've got great track awareness. They know how to call lines. They know when they're clear. I mean, these guys are great at communication. Going to kind of work our way through the field again. It's a 75 of Fatless Dig. He started on the outside. Looks like he's going to finally be able to fall in right behind the 8 truck. Again, Fatless has been pretty strong, and he's been here all year. I actually can't think of a single race that Fatless Dig has missed. So that's why he's still up here and trying to get things done. Looks like he might have got a little tight in that corner, so that's going to allow the 5 truck of Little Tank to swoop on in and take that spot over. Kind of not quite sure what happened with the camera there. But here's the 25 at Alpha York. He was kind of a late qualifier. He was one of the last ones, if not the last one, to get his qualifying information in earlier today to say yes, I will. I'll be there, and I'm glad he is. Alpha York he's actually the leader of the or the owner of the American Ethanol Cup Series race. I don't recall what night right now that they race on, but he's a pretty good band of drivers that he races with as well. All pretty much nose to tail. They were 3 wide there just a minute or so ago, just like they're going to try it again. Looks like still 75 at Fatless Dig. Looks a little tight, kind of washed up a little bit higher up the track. 25 is going to have a big push from the 33 of NNR Trip. One thing that you will notice, it used to be as you're going to go 3 wide behind the leader. Hold on to it, Trip. Go 3 wide behind the leader there. Looks like the 5, the 25, and the 33. We're going to take it 3 wide. Thought better of it. Either that or Trip just got extremely loose when his truck hit that banking and the apron at the same time. So if these guys are going to want to keep up with Asbel, they've got to get back in line and keep in tow. Don't get racing just yet. They were doing good before, but looks like the 8 of Asbel is starting to stretch it out here just a little bit. Here comes the 88 of Watt Racing, again last year's Truck Series champion. Right behind the 17 of Spurl. He's gonna take this 3 wide. If he can keep that spot, he might have position going into the corner. Spurl is gonna want to check up really, really early. That way he doesn't get forced up the track. Here they are side by side. 88 really holding that white line. Coming underneath the 75. 75 is able to keep that spot with some great momentum off the corner. So put the 17 up one. 88 is going to go ahead and ride in right behind him. '17 and 75 still side by side. 25 at Alpha York trying to give that 5 truck a big shove to catch back up to the 8 of Asbel. There's just a whole line of trucks behind that 8. They all want to get up there. Asbel has been a dominant driver here in the trucks as well as Xfinity the entire time. As you see Gary out there saying, let's go Alpha York. Well, I'll tell you what, Alpha York right now in that 25 is sitting P3, trying to give that 5 a shove all the way down the front stretch, heading into 1 and 2 yet again. Again, I do have the streams of NNR SWATs and NNR Cowboy up for me tonight. Right now, SWATs is in P7, Cowboy is in P8. Looks like they are on lap 10 of 20, so they're right at halfway in stage. I would imagine that they're either going to be, everybody will have to pit one time in each of the first 2 stages in order to make it all the way. Although I would imagine that at some point, somebody's just going to take right side tires and like maybe half a can of gas to go those 2 extra laps. I don't foresee everybody really taking 4 tires and gas unless they think that when they come out, they'll be good to go on the restart. But yeah, with now 9 to go in stage 1. Asbel has led all the laps, and these guys really, again, they need to get lined up in order to catch up. Although, you know what, I kind of like what I'm seeing because they're getting racy. They're jockeying for position, doing everything they can. There's only 10 trucks on track tonight, so everybody that finishes, wherever they finish in stage 1 and stage 2, everybody will get some kind of stage points. But if you're further in the back of the season championship points, you definitely want to be a little bit closer to the front. Watching Aswell kind of stretch it out there. That's the kind of the rest of the pack behind him right now. 5 a little tank down low, 88 up high with the 25 of Alpha York. They just came across the line right there. Looks like the 5 might be trying to grab a little bit of a side draft from the 25. Have to see if the 25 is going to be able to keep in the gas all the way through the corner and off without getting too tight and pounding that wall. Nope, he's going to be able to pull right in front of the 75. 75 is going to give him a push all the way down the backstretch, be able to keep boosting those going into turn 3 and 4 with the 5 of Little Tank. Here comes the 33 of Trip, again with the 88 of Watt Racing, giving him a push all the way through. There's the 18 truck of NNR Cowboy. Not quite sure. He might be trying to save just a little bit of gas, see if he can't go all the way. Now it's saying he's got an estimated fuel amount of 5 laps and 7 laps remaining, so he will have to pit. I don't think he'll be able to stretch that out. But here's your pack. Here's everybody from second on back. Here's the 33 of NNR Trip. So I'll go for a little bit of a spin before. I'm almost positive he's now 1 lap down. He's already been down on pit road. So basically what he's doing right now is just trying to stay in front of this pack. That way when they all go down pit road, he's going to be very close to getting, if not getting his lap back. A few people going down pit road as we see. Here's the 95 of Pop Bear just merging back in on track. So he's gone ahead and taken his more than likely again right side tires and a half can of gas to get back out on track and not lose too much track position. 88 of the 8 of Aswell looks like he's going to stay out yet another lap, kind of stretching it out just a little bit more. Behind them, they're still dogging for every single position that they can possibly get. What we're seeing right now, these guys spread apart just a little bit, is usually what we see after green flag pit stops have happened. So more than likely we may see the same thing in stage 2 again, unless once they get their setup, some of the guys that are out here with shifters, they might be able to save a little bit. We'll have to see. I don't see any damage on this 18 truck, and I thought that he might be back here saving a little bit. And let's see, when he comes to the line this time, right there, his stream is just a little bit behind. When he comes to the line, it's going to say 4 to go, but he's only got 2 laps of fuel in the tank, so he's another one that will have to come down, even though it looks like he was trying to save a little bit. .33 a Trip, really nobody around him. Looks like you got the 8 up there. It looks like now the 8's got a little bit of help to draft with, so that's going to help him get up there and stay up there. It's actually the 51 of Swats. So Swats could be just trying to keep in front of the 8 so he doesn't get or go a lap down. Or even, this late in stage 1, if he was to go a lap down, it may not be the worst thing. Never mind, you see the 8 just there, signaling that he's going to be taking that truck down pit road this time to go ahead and grab his pit stop. So his 1 can and maybe just right side. We'll have to see what he does or how much time he spends on pit road. 75 Fattless Dig, he's coming off pit road all the way around, kind of keeping it below that yellow line, the best he can. Get back up to speed, get back out on track. Here's the 18. I'm still curious if this 18 is gonna try something. I don't know. I think he actually just went down pit road, so never mind. Gary, there's the 33 of Trip. Here's your buddy, 25 Alpha York, rocking those Ally colors. Looks pretty nice coming off pit road, getting up to speed, getting through the gears, first gear, second gear, third gear, and right about now he's hitting fourth and trying to get back out on track. As you see the 75 of Fatless Dig, he's going to try to come screaming on by. Looks like 75 was way loose right there. More than likely he was fishtailing all the way down the backstretch. Right now, it looks like your current lineup is going to be the 8 of Asbel, and it's going to be the 25 of Alpha York, 75 of Fatless Dig, 51 of 18 of Cowboy, and then the 33 of Trip. There's the 17 of Spurl. Now, all these guys have gotten their first glimpse of pit road. So they start on pure default, whatever preset they choose, and they either loosen up or they tighten up from there. But have to see. As you see the 18 and the 8 doing a little bit of battle right now with the 33 of Trip. Looks like the 8's going to give that 33 a big shot going across the line that time, and that looks going to be the end of stage 1. So looks like Watt Racing was able to grab first place in stage 1. SWAT second, Alpha York third, Fatless Dig fourth, and Trip fifth. So we're going to go ahead and put that yellow out, and we're also going to take a quick commercial break. Let's go take a look at a car.
Hey NNR fans, get your hands on this Lowe's Motor Speedway 50th anniversary diecast that's signed by track owner Bruton Smith by watching repeats broadcast on Twitch. If we get over 50 live viewers on any stream, the diecast will be unlocked. The winner will then be determined by a trivia question selected by repeats. First to answer adds this sweet ride to their collection. Thanks for being the best fans around.
All right, as always, anytime we take a quick commercial break, you don't miss a thing. We're just now going back green. The 88 of Watt Racing, last year's series champion, and the 51 of Swats to his outside, 75 of Fatless Dig, 25, 8, and 33 are going to take that 3 wide. Cowboy's going to wash up just a little bit, falling behind that 51. Trying to get back up. There we go. For some reason, every time the camera gets in that one position, it does not want to let go. But here we are. Looks like double file behind the 75, 33, and 25. Then the 18 and the 51, the 5 Little Tank. Looks like the 90 of Papa Bear is back there as well. First 6 are still side by side, coming across the line, heading into 1 and 2 again. Here you go. Look at this. The first and second place in points, the last year's series champ, and the guy that wants to take the championship this year, right now, side by side, going down the backstretch, following in the 33's tire tracks. 88's able to keep up a whole lot of momentum on that high side, keeping up to the outside of the 8 of Asbel, all the way off 4. Not much of a push to that 88, but nonetheless able to keep up. Keep on going. Great little pack here. This is one of the reasons I am looking forward to every single one of the races that I'll be calling all week long. Again, tonight here with the NNR trucks. Tomorrow night with the Pro Invitational / morethanAcape.org. And of course, today with the NNR Xfinity Series, and on Thursday with the Cup guys, also for NNR. So it's going to be a great week of racing, all from right here at Michigan International Speedway. 33 really trying to keep that 8 up high. We'll have to see if anybody tries to dive under the 33. Not going to happen. Here comes the 18 of Cowboy with a big run all the way through. Looks like it might get a little loose. 33 is going to pull up back in front of that 8 truck and block him off. They do not want to see him get out in front. during the first stage, they were all able to go down pit road, loosen up or tighten up the trucks, whatever they needed. But then under the stage break, you get just about a full 40 seconds in order to make your way down pit road, and you get a lot more time to adjust on your truck. Everybody, I would imagine, by now has their full setup in and should be pretty happy with what they've got. But so far, this 33 Trip is able to hold off his teammate, his Rook Racing teammate of the 8 of Asbull all the way through that corner. Still coming side by side all the way down the backstretch, going into 3 and 4. Now it's going to be the 8 down low, 51 of Swats behind him, 33 of Trip, the 88 of whoa, Cowboy's going around, doesn't look like he's going to collect anybody. That was a one-truck spin. We'll have to see if the caution comes out. He was on the track. So far, it's all still green. It doesn't look like it's going to come out. No other truck got collected, so very, very unfortunate for the 8, but he's going to be able to get back up, get going, jamming some gears and trying to get back up to speed as quickly as possible. The best part about that spin is where it happened. He was able to come back up across traffic but not get collected, and he has no damage to that 18 truck. I'm actually going to go ahead and drop back to him right now. The front end on this thing is in one piece. I don't see any damage on this thing at all, so he's probably still just as fast. They've got, let's see, next time by I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count. That way we know where we're sitting on possible, oh my God, the round of pit stops. There we go. But it looks like they've got 11 laps to go, and Cowboy actually has 11 laps in the tank. So we'll have to, if maybe he'll be able to make some lemonade out of that lemon he just got dealt. We'll have to see. Here's the 33 of Trip and the 51 of Swats side by side. Out front is the 8 of Asbull. Now again, the 88 of Watt Racing, he went on to take stage 1, so he got max right there. That is absolutely going to be great for him. We'll have to see where he finishes here in stage 2. Right now, everybody's staying in draft. The 8, the 33, 51, 5, 88, 17, and so on, all the way down this Michigan backstretch. A little bit of a battle right here in front of the other 20 between the 88 and the 5. Again, these guys are second and third, I believe, in points as they continue to scroll across the bottom of your screen. Az got it done last week at Road America again, so he knows for sure that when we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway, he will be racing for a championship. Behind him, you got Watt Racing in points again, and then Lil Tank. So right now, Tank is right in front of Watt. And they're both behind that 33 that's pushing that 8 all the way down around this track. The rest of these, they don't want to see them really drive away, so we'll have to see if they get lined up. On board now with the 88, keeping the 51 of Swats to his outside. Looks like they're back to the file behind the 33 of Trip. Looks like he was able to retake the point. So now he's got the 8 of Asbull behind him, and Asbull looks like he was going to try to duck under right there, but it was an unsuccessful pass. Looks like 33 able to come on down and block that attempt. But now we'll have to see what happens here. 33 got into the corner very, very shallow. Wash up just a little bit in front of the 8. 8's going to be able to stay in the gas. They're going to take it 3 wide off of turn 4. 51's going to try threading the needle with the 75 of Fatless Dig right in tow. Here comes the 88 down low. 5 will tank down low as well. Back to side by side. Some great racing right there. Man, I tell you what, I really love this track. I think next time on by, since the 8 is kind of, or I'm sorry, 88 rather, is kind of in the thick of all this, I think we need to take a lap around with that 88 trucks are. We've been under green here for a little while. Let's go ahead and switch back. But as we do that, let's go ahead and actually jump on board with this 88 and kind of take a lap or two around here with him and see what he's dealing with. Let's go. Crank it up. All right, that was a couple laps around Michigan with none other than Watt Racing, again the 2018 Truck Series champion. I tell you, he was dealing with quite a bit right there. He had the 25, the 5 still around him. 25 was able to move on up just a bit. Man, I'm really curious here, Coey. Yeah, I saw the light. I fixed it. I think I had a little bit of ESP. I changed it, and all of a sudden I see your message. So I knew what was coming. Coey, don't yell at me. But man, we saw the 18 truck of Cowboy spin just a little bit ago. Well, I tell you what, I've been kind of keeping an eye on his stream while these guys are all up here battling it out. If if stage 2 is the same number of laps, I think we're going to have to see somebody come in and pit. They're burning more fuel, they're more RPM, they're going faster in the draft. Cowboy might actually be in the catbird seat. I don't know. Next time Swats comes on by, yeah, I see you, Cody. Next time Swats comes on by, I'll see what he's got left in the tank and what he's gonna be able to do. But no, never mind. He's got he's saying 2 laps to go, and yeah, we're on lap 16 right now. So next time by will be 1 to go. It looks like they're all going to be able to make it. Doesn't look like Watt Racing is in a position right now to grab stage 1 points like it in the first stage, but we'll have to see how that pans out. Going to kind of move on up here just a little bit. Here comes the 8 and the 33 down low. 51 of Swats. Again, Swats is all the way in the back as far as points go, but right now he is in a great position to go ahead and try to capitalize on some great points as going to try to follow that 33 of NNR Trip up inside the 8, coming off the corner. God, I hate that camera. There we go. 51's right now going to try to dive on down and keep the 8 up, keep up with the 33 all the way through 3 and 4. This should put the 8 back to P3 at least. If he's not swallowed up by more, this is a great 3 and 4 wide coming off the corner. 5 truck is around. And I believe that was the end of, that was the end of stage 2. So great ending to stage 2. Looks like it's going to be the 33, the 51, and the 25 might have been in front of the 8. So it looks like your top 5 was Tripp, Swats, Asbel, Al York, and Fatless Dig. So great points right there for Swats. Definitely needs them rather. Earlier in the broadcast, I talked about NNRLeague.com and then the Zazzle tab about all the stuff that's there and available. Well, y'all head on over, take a look at that, and we'll be right back.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat preset league on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to nnrleague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
All right, here we are. So, the 51 of Swats was able to grab a whole lot of stage points right there. So we're actually going to go ahead and take this restart with the 51 up top. Again, this is the start now of stage 3. If these guys live up to their reputation, we should be green all the way to the end of the race. 51 to the point, 33 of NNR Trip behind him. The 8 truck of Asbel now in P3. 25 of Alpha York to the outside. He's got a little bit of company out there with the 88 of Watt Racing. Watt's also got the 5 of Little Tank behind him. Behind the line, you got the 75 of Fatless Dig, and then the 18 truck of Cowboy. So I'm sure he was glad to see that caution come out, get racked and stacked back up with these guys, and keep it moving. Like this last stage, or till we come to the end, is right around 55 laps. So if these guys were going about 17 laps on a tank, we definitely should see at least 2 green flag pit stops. Have to see if anybody's going to be able to save anything, though. Who knows? Here's the 17 of Spurl back here, tail end of the pack, right to the outside of that 88. Again, great pack here forming up. Three wide for second place right now. The 18, 51, and the 8. 8's to the outside. 51 and 18 are really crowding. Now it's going to be the 25, 18, and 51 pushing back just a little bit. Now it's got a big old push from the 5 to that 18. Man, some very, very talented pack racers here. These NNR drivers in general are very, very talented. Way to get it done. Looks like the 5 Little Tank might have missed his mark just a little bit. He got shoved up high. If the 51 of Swats was right there with him as they went into the corner. But as you can see, he's got a big pull in that draft all the way down the backstretch. He's going to be able to possibly even dive underneath that 51 or just hook onto that tailgate and give him a shove back into third or fourth place. Swats, I'm not sure if he was just trying to shake him off or what that was right there, but this 5 has been fast all race long. I don't think you're going to shake him. So it really looked like, when the 8 hasn't led, the 33's been up front. Watt led stage 1. The 33 of Tripp led stage 2. We'll have to see who's going to lead the most important stage. Speaking of stages, guys, don't forget Thursday night. Be sure to check on in when HD Motorsports and I call that truck race. Not only are we calling a great race with a great field of drivers, but there's just about $70 on the line that you're going to want to grab for yourself. $70 can pay for a full pre-order of NASCAR Heat 5, which comes out here in just about a week. So whether you spend it all on the game or maybe you buy the regular version and you pick and choose which DLC you want. Either way, there's going to be some money left, so you'll have a little extra to to pick up what you want. Looks like 17 of Spurl got a little wicked loose there. Not quite sure if maybe Cowboy lagged a bit or what, but looks pretty simple to me. Back up front again with the 33 of Tripp, the 8 of Asbel, 25 of Alpha York, 51 of Swats going out high. Here comes the 5 of Little Tank. Going to go ahead and dive underneath, try to complete that pass. And it looks like he might have been able to, but he tagged the wall there just a little bit. Now here comes the 88, the 18, and the 75, all trying to get back in line to run down that top 3-pack. I do believe by now, absolutely, Swats has the draft of the 25. We'll have to see if the 5 of Little Tank's able to pull himself up to the back tailgate of that 51, and of course the 88, and so on and so forth. Just one big vacuum pulling each other forward and giving them all they can take going into these corners. You know, somebody mentioned in pre-race about how fun it would be if Michigan had lights. Well, you know what? I have to agree. That would be a phenomenal race. (17, 18, and 75 are a bit of side-by-side. 17 looks like he might be a little loose. He's 18's kind of keeping him pinched down. 18's going to be able to keep the draft of the 75 all the way down this front stretch. It looks like he went up just a little bit higher, so looks like 17's going to be able to take that position and put the 18 of Cowboy back into 10th place. Now that 25 of Alpha York has absolutely pulled himself up to the top 3, made it a top 4. 75 and 88 side by side. 17 of Spurl thought possibly about making that 3 wide. Instead, he's just going to give a big old shove to that 75, but the 88 also getting a big old push from the 18. 88 is wide, high, wide, and handsome through 1 and 2, trying to keep up that momentum, coming down the backstretch and that outside line. You can keep up a whole lot of momentum all the way around. Up front, not a whole lot of change in position. It's still the 33, the 8. Both of those are Rook Racing teammates, and the 51 of Swats. Again, Swats right now is 6th in championship series points, being that he had a great top 3 when it came to stage points at the end of stage 2. That's going to absolutely bode very well for him. Then a 25 Alpha York. Alpha York is not in any kind of chase situation where Asbel absolutely is. The 33 of NNR Tripp, he's also sitting right around top 4. Then it's Cowboy in 5th and Swats in 6th. He's only 2 points behind, so behind Cowboy right now. Speaking of Cal, there he is, sitting right there behind the 88 of Watt Racing. Watt trying to keep up with the 75 and the 5. Both of those guys are kind of tandem drafting all the way down this front stretch. They just need to really keep up, get back in tow, push each other, get them back up towards that top as they came across the line that time. There's 44 laps remaining here in the final stage. Here's the 90 old Pop Bear running Pete right now. Definitely seeing two very, very distinct packs. The front pack of four has pretty much stayed nose to tail the entire time, or since they started to break away. The only one that's been able to pull himself up and stay with him has been the 25 of Alpha York, which he's given a big old shove to the 51 of NNR Swats right now. Swats just staying right on the back bumper. The 8-8 has been staying right on the back bumper of his teammate, the 33 of Trippy Main, or NNR Trip now. Looks like, judging off of Cowboy Stream as well as SWAT Stream, they've only got about 3 laps of fuel left in the tank. So within the next couple, we should see these guys come on down pit road, gas it up. I imagine 4 tires full of fuel for this stop. That we should be seeing here very, very soon. Here is that 18 of Cowboy again, riding very fast behind the 5 and the 88. 88's got the 75 of Fatless Dig right in front of him. He's just trying to take these runs wherever he can go with them, and he just picked up one spot on the 5. Looks like the 5 might have got into the corner just a little too hot, able to pull to work himself on by. I'm not quite sure what's with that camera angle right there, but it gets stuck every single time. Nobody's on. Whoa, here's the 33 of Trip. Looks like he got down a little too low on that apron and completely lost it. And look, the 8 of Asbel's going to completely miss pit road. Great timing for some of these guys, but you got to wonder, some of these other guys came in very, very hot. Flags are on. You got to woe it down to pit road speed here very fast, especially the way that they're coming off. They're not following the apron all the way around as they usually do. They're actually just pitting right off of turn 4. And when you're trying to woe it up from 160 mile an hour all the way down to 55, there is definitely a whole lot of room for error. We'll have to see how it all shakes out. Again, the 8 completely missed pit road. That could be detrimental to him, although again, he knows that when it comes to Atlanta Motor Speedway in just a few short weeks, he will be racing. Seeing these guys all come off pit road now. 18, 17, 5, and I think that was the 25. No, that's the 33. 33 is that spun off the apron, but again, able to hold on. He didn't hit anybody. The caution didn't come out, so that worked for some, but definitely not for everybody. As just now, the 8 of Asbel coming on down pit road. He definitely lost a lot of time when he missed pit road. You see the 18 go on by. See the 88 slow to pit road speed right there. A few guys just now coming out. Here comes the 8 truck. Again, Asbel pitted from or was originally going to try to pit from the lead, but he missed pit road after. I'm guessing he was still kind of shaking after he saw the 33 of Trip hit the apron and go spinning a little bit. But I mean, Asbel's definitely got a truck. Have to see how that plays out for him. A little bit of a battle here between the 75 of Fatless Dig, the 5 of Little Tank. Gonna see if they're able to pull off of a little bit of a draft from the 17 of. Now going nose to tail with the 88 of Watt Racing coming back out on track after his pit stop. Right now, your top 5, and I'm assuming everybody has it. Your top 5 is going to be Swats, Cowboy in P2, Spurl in P3, Fatless Dig in 4th, and Little Tank 5th. So it's interesting. The two guys that are in the back in the points right now are running first and second. Swats and Cowboy running P2. So that's definitely a you have to see how this finishes out for these guys. Now here's Swats. He's just now going down the backstretch, and if you look behind him, he has a whole lot of time. There is nobody else anywhere near him, and I mean I don't see a fuel light on or anything like that. So I'm guessing his stop was completely flawless. And in fact, he's got just about 4 seconds on Cowboy, just about 5 back to Fatless Dig. Spurl is about 5.5, and so is the 5 of Little Tank. And we've got 6 laps remaining here in the race. But now Swats is up there all by himself, and you see these cars all the way back. They are all, if they can form up, they can absolutely try to run the 51 back down. But I don't see that happening. They're all jockeying for position, trying to get all positions that they can while they're still on these fresh tires. When Swatches came across the line right there, there's 35 laps to go. Your top 5 didn't change. It's still NNR Swats, NNR Cowboy, Fatless Dig, Spurl, and then the 5 Little Tank. Let's go ahead and actually keep with this 51 here and kind of ride on Hood with him for a lap or two as he goes into turn 1 and 2, kind of checking out his marks, where he's able to back out of it. There's absolutely no brakes here. Get back into gas, let it wash up towards the wall. That way you're not scrubbing off too much speed. There's not a whole lot of wheel input into it. The more you turn into the corner, the more you're scrubbing speed. When you're able to slowly drive it off the corner rather than just real quick jerking sensation, you're keeping the momentum of this car up. Let's go ahead and take a lap around this place again. Let's go ahead and crank it up, guys. All right, that was man. I tell you, that's a very fast lap. I know that he got the lead off of pit stops and whatnot, but man, I tell you, it's got to be a great feeling for this 51 to be out front by well over 4 seconds back to second place, which is Cowboy. Let's actually go ahead and pick up Cowboy right now. Cowboy is running side by side with the 75 of Fatless Dig and the 33 of NNR Trip, or is that the 25? Yeah, that's 33 a Trip to their outside. The more that these guys race side by side, it's allowing Swats to get further and further away because he's running his line. He's running qualifying lap every time all the way around. He's not having to put traffic. Now, if they get like this and they stay like this, that could be very, very good. Not good for Swats because they'll start tracking, reeling them in, but definitely good for these guys. Even though Watt Racing led the stage one, all right, look who we got in front of him right now. You've got P1 and P2 in the overall series points, running, I want to say, they're behind the 5 Little Tank. Last I saw, Little Tank was running in P5. He could have dropped back just a little bit, not 100% sure. But the guys that are first and second points right now are running in like 6th and 7th or 7th and 8th, something like that. I didn't see where Watt Racing really had any kind of an issue getting on pit road unless he came in too hot and had to serve a black flag. Not 100% sure. We know Asbel's back here because he missed pit road altogether and lost a ton of track time. So that is why we're seeing these guys back here. And the 5 of Little Tank, he's back here as well. So first through third, Asbel, Watt Race, and Little Tank all running mid to back pack. I guess if something bad is going to happen to you, you want to see it happen to your main competition as well. And right now, that is exactly what we're seeing out of first, second, and third in the championship standings. Asbel and Watt Racing and Little Tank are all the way in the back. And if it keeps going like that with 28 laps to go, this could really shake up those points. For example, if Swats was to win and coming from last in the championship standings and getting a W and knowing that he's going to be locked in to Atlanta, that's going to throw a whole lot of other people into very, very, into kind of a big panic mode. Because they're coming into these last few races seeing where Swats is in the back. Maybe they're not thinking of him as somebody that's going to go ahead and get it. Well, guess what? Swats is up front, 27 laps remaining, and he's not looking back. The truck that's in 4th place right now, that 18 of Cowboy, he's also a bit further in the points. So you've got some people that haven't been up front all season long, now running up front when it really matters on a track that's very fast, very aero dependent, where you need somebody to work with. Meanwhile, you got a guy out front that's running some extremely fast laps by himself. In fact, you know what? This time I'll compare the lap that Swats ran, which was a 41.3, to Cowboys' lap, which is a 40.7. So they were 0.4 faster, but because they keep swapping positions every now and then, they haven't made up a whole lot of ground, or probably they haven't made up the ground that they should have made up. But although the last couple, they have absolutely stayed nose to tail all the way through. Definitely see this 33 of Trippy Main giving that 75 of Fatless Dig a big push all the way down into the corner. I thought for sure that the 75 might have been pushed a little bit beyond his comfort zone, but the 33 kind of backed off at the very last minute. Thought maybe if the 75 washed up high, 33 would check up a little bit earlier in the corner and be able to get underneath the 75. But this isn't the 75's first rodeo. Fatless Dig didn't fall for it. He's able to keep that spot. Great driving. Looks like the 88 of Watt Racing was able to get by the 8 of Asbel. Not quite sure how that pass happened, but we don't see the 5 of Little Tank right there with him. So I'm not 100% sure. Seeing a few people here status that they're going to be coming down pit road, including your leader. Swats will be coming down pit road this time. I'm actually going to go ahead and stay on his bumper here. Actually, I'm guessing that the 90 of Papa Bear kind of might have messed up his entry just a little bit. Papa Bear was a little bit slower on that apron or coming in than Swats may have liked. So we'll have to see how much time he lost. We definitely saw Cowboy come in pretty close to his back bumper, close to his tailgate. So I'm guessing that Pop Bear might have messed up his entry a little. We'll have to see how that plays out. I've actually got the streams of both of them right up in front of me. I mentioned earlier that Swats and Cowboy were both streaming. Help me keep up with the lap count and fuel and all that. Well, 51, we're still on him. It looks like he's going to be able to come out right behind Pop Bear, and the 18 of Cowboy is going to come out as well. But Swats will have some time on the track before 18 got to that line, so he's going to be able to extend his lead just a little bit. And now the 18 of Cowboy doesn't have somebody that is right there with him, pushing him all along the way. So we'll have to see how that works out. But the 51 does have the 90 or the 95 of Papa Bear right in front of him to maybe pull a little bit of a draft and then maybe try to slingshot on by that, right on by old Papa Bear. See Trip now down on pit road. He's about to exit. Here's the 25 of Alpha York. He's going to take it down pit road. Here's the 88 of Watt Racing now. There's the 90 of Papa Bear. Asbel looks like he's going to be able to come right back up to the 88, not too far off. He did lose a little bit of ground on that pit stop. Looks like this time by they'll have about, let's see, Cowboy has 16 laps in the tank and 21 laps remaining. So everybody will have to come on down pit road one more time unless they're going to try some gas. We'll have to see. And who knows, that could be a theme for the week. You can definitely save some gas all the way through the first half of these corners before you get back on it. So, man, again, I will be here tomorrow night with the morethanAcape.org Goodbye to Heat 4 Pro Invitational. Then on Tuesday night, right back here with the NNR Xfinity Series. And then Thursday, of course, when I call these races with the one and only HD Motorsports. Man, it's a full week of high bank, high draft, side-by-side racing that I'm going to be extremely, extremely happy to call. Here's the 51 of Swats. Go ahead and dive it under. Old Pop Bear. Pop Bear definitely saw that he had a faster truck. Just let him go. No need to inhibit the leader's race. And I'm going to guess that right now somebody has not come down pit road or something has happened. Looks like the one of Watt Racing is actually in the lead by 23 seconds. So I'm going to guess that Watt, there he is. He's actually on pit road right now. And when he comes out, we'll have to get a lap count, see if he's playing that gas game. And as Swats comes on down past the line, there will be 19 to go. I don't think I don't think he can do it, but you know what? Maybe he just figured he had to try something. He's got a stage win. We'll have to see. But that puts Swats back in the lead. Cowboy second, Fatless Dig third, Trip fourth, and then the 25 Alpha York back in P5. Here you see Asbel in that 8 truck catching back up to the 88 of Watt Racing. Again, Watt is sitting P2 in the championship standings. Asbel sitting first. He won last week at Road America. And then you got the 5 Little Tank also. He should be out here as well. It's a little bit of a battle between the 75 and 33. There's the 5 Little Tank. He's actually got the race leader right in front of him. I'm guessing that 5 is possibly trying to save a little gas. The way that the 51 came off the corner, was able to get right on by him, I'm guessing this 5 is backing it down in a pretty substantial manner. Let's see. As Swats went by the line that time, they said there were 17 laps remaining. So 17 to go. I don't think they can make it on on what they've got in the tank right now. But you know what? As HD always said, we're just winging it, and I have absolutely been wrong before. I can't say I haven't. But I tell you what, this 88 seems like he's pulled away from that 8 of Asbel, or again, the 8 of Asbel is trying to save some gas. I know the 88's also got the wheel and the shifter and that whole setup to try to stay extremely competitive. Also, try to pull or use any strategy at his disposal. But right now, the guy that's last in points, as you see him right there on the bottom of the screen, scrolling across, Swats, he's first. The guy that's right in front of him in points by 2 is Cowboy. He's running second. So right now, the guys that are all the way in the back on the points are up front on the field. So what a great big switch. I'm loving it. There is Cowboy. Looks like I have a little bit of damage on that hood. Let's see. Looking now at Swats' menu, it's saying that Swats is about 2.5 seconds ahead of this truck right here. Again, 18 of Cowboy. That's running in P2. Behind Cowboy, I believe. Not quite sure. Let's go ahead and pull him up. Here's the 33 of Trip taking it down pit road right now. Now, Trip, I think he's taking it down pit road right now. He knows that the race has a very green flag look to it. They're all spread out, running their own line, running their own laps, trying to get the best that they can. So his fuel window's opened up. He's gone down pit road. If that caution comes out, he can stay out depending on when it comes out, and be able to take advantage of the track position. So we'll have to see if that plays out for Trip like that. Again, Trip's not, he's not, he knows that he's got a lot of speed under that truck. He was there with the 8, holding off a few others during the entire first round. I think he won stage 2 with Swats right behind him, so he knows he's got a fast truck. He might just be trying a little bit of strategy. We'll have to see. But he knows he can go all the way on gas from right there. All right, just as you might have heard, not quite sure, I might have been talking over it, but it definitely sounded like the 8 of Asbel was clearly out of the gas. We'll have to see how it sounds when he goes into 3 right here. Yeah, he is absolutely letting that coast a whole lot. He's trying to save 2 or 3 laps. I don't know if that's gonna be the case or not. He's got quite a ways to make up, and if the 51 of Swats has to come out, and he might be able to really just grab 2 and half a tank. But we'll definitely have to see. Right, he's got just about a flat 3 seconds on Cowboy. Alpha York is in 3rd. Watt Racing is in 4th, and Asbel's in 5th. Looks like the 18 of Cowboy, he's gone ahead getting that truck down pit road. So this will be his last stop. Looks like there's 12 laps remaining here in the race. I think everybody's going to have to bring it on down pit road. This is, I don't think any of them can go all the way. So we'll have to see when this guy right here, the 51 of Swats, is going to be able to take it down for his stop. He's got a commanding lead over second place. Again, he was just about 4 seconds. But Cowboy is on pit road. As you see the 51, as he just saw the 51 go screaming on by. So and the 51 had a great push right there from the 75 of Fatless Dig. 51 has not gone down road as of yet. He's got a 17-second lead on second place. That's going to be the 25 of Alpha York. Going to keep on going through the field here. There's old Alpha York. Here's the 88 of Watt Racing, the 90 of Papa Bear. Kind of trying to find where. Okay, there's the 8 of Asbel. Right now, Asbel is not showing in the top 5. In fact, Asbel is actually, I think Asbel just cracked the top 5, or he hasn't pit yet. That's why he is where he is. Here's the 75 of Fatless Dig. Right now, Fatless Dig is rocking in P6. So right now, the 51 has everybody from from 6th on back, 1 lap down, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I apologize. I'm losing my place here. 8 laps remaining. Here's the 18. It looks like he's just now coming off turn 1 and 2, all the way down this very long backstretch, heading towards 3 and 4. When he actually pit from 2nd place. Here's the 33 of Tripp coming off 4 right now, not going down pit road. 88 of Watt all by himself. He had the 8 of Asbel to his back bumper not too long ago, or at least within sight, but it looks like he's been able to pull away. We definitely, when we were riding along with the 8, we saw where the 8 was trying to save a whole lot of gas. They've got Swats has 1 lap of fuel, so he should be coming in this time in 7 laps to go. Eight of Asbel staying out yet another lap. Again, I don't think you can save 7 laps, in the full going. So I think Asbel is going to have to take it on down pit road because he's going in, at least 1 more lap than some of these other guys. He might not have to take as much gas. Let's see. Yeah, looking at SWAT stream, he's going to take, looks like just one can, right sides only. He doesn't have any damage to repair, so hopefully he switches that over. He's going to switch that over to no. And so, all right, so he's going into his pit for his final pit stop. That should be right around 6 laps remaining. So we're coming to the closing laps here in the NNR truck race right here from Michigan International Speedway. Swats has led just about the entire last half of the race. He's coming back out on pit road right now. Let's see where he comes out and who he comes out around. Staying low all the way down the backstretch. Nobody's got any kind of a draft off him. 33 of NNR Tripp is the closest to him. Have to see how the running order looks as he comes across that line. But still, 33 is a little ways back. No draft, no help. Watt Racing right now shows to be in first. Asbel second. Swats third. Tripp fourth. And Fatless Dig is in fifth. But Watt Racing and Asbel have not yet pit. So, man, if that's the way that they're going to finish, it's going to be very, very interesting because looking at the stream, the 88 has nobody around him. 88 could, if he's got the gas, he could be smooth sailing all the way to victory lane, which is on the front stretch here as he goes on by it right then and there. There it is. It's right underneath those 2 flagpoles in the middle of the front stretch, but he has a good 15-second lead back to the 8 truck of Asbel. Again, though, I don't know if he's got the gas to go that way. That is quite a question. But either way, a very, very big run for that 51 as he came across the line that time. That is going to be 4 laps remaining. Asbel's running in second place right now, 6 seconds back from Watt Racing, and Swats is just a little bit further away. But the 8 truck of Asbel can absolutely start to see this 8 truck, or this 88. Looks like it's just about 4 seconds now. So Asbel is absolutely trying everything that he can, but I don't think he can make up 4 seconds in 4 laps. The 88 has a fast truck. He's up there. He led stage 1, got max points for that. Now 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go to duke it out for first through third. I don't think unless Asbel runs out of gas or something, I don't think he can. I don't think Swats can catch him, but still, it'll be a great points night for that 51. He absolutely needs it. Again, I pointed out he is last in championship points right now. 2 laps remaining. Let's go ahead and bring it on back to this 8 as he's going through 1 and 2 for the second to last time. Let's see. You can see that 8 truck back there. Not yet within draft distance. 88 trying to keep it down low, keep it fast, stay in the no no brakes, man. Forget the brakes are there. Just run your own line. The 88 cannot catch you unless you make a mistake. Don't hit the apron. Keep it on the track. Last lap, 88, the 8, and the 51 vying for first through third. Tripp in fourth. Fatless Dig in 5th place. Here, the 88, again, last time through 1 and 2, does not like the 8 of Asbel, will have anything for. Watt Racing looks like, unless he has any kind of an issue coming through 3 and 4 this last time, keep it above the white. 8 trucks right there again, looking in his mirror. He knows that he's got this race won. Coming to the final checkered flag. This will be the 88 of Watt Racing, knocking another victory in the 2020 season. He knows now, no matter what happens at Homestead, Miami, or the Paperclip of Martinsville, he's locked into the chase. He's been running P2 in points now for the last bit. Congratulations, Watt Racing. You're moving on. When we get to Atlanta, you're going for your back-to-back championship. Congratulations, sir. Woo! Looks like your top 10, it's going to be the way it's going to count. Watt Racing, Asbel, NNR Swats, Fatless Dig, Cowboy, Tripp, Alpha York, Spurl, Little Tank, and then Papa Bear is your top 10, and unfortunately that is the entire field. But you know what? It doesn't matter. These guys put on a hell of a show. Way to get it done. Not sure if one was able to save a bit more gas than the other, or if the 88 was close as well, but either way, they got it done. First through third, great finish. I'm gonna give an extra shout out to that 51 of Swats. He was digging all race long, led most of stage 3, and he was able to bring it home. He's got some positive stage points in stage 2. I think it came home second right there. So again, very, very big shout out to Swats. I missed his interview when we went to Vegas earlier this season. I only did like whoever the winner was. So I owe him one. I'm glad he's going to be back in the booth. Yeah, Worm Rider, damn good run. No issues either. All 3 went off without a hitch. Glad to hear. But yeah, man, welcome to NNR. So let's go ahead and bring ourselves back to the booth and catch up with our top 3. Again, it's going to be the 51 of Swats, the 8 of Asbel, and then the 88 of Watt Racing. Let's see here. Get back here. All right, I see Asbel there. I see Swats there, just waiting for our winner. I guess in the meantime, I can start off with Swats. Swats, I got to get your reaction here, buddy. Unmute yourself, please.
I don't know how. It's a little weird being in the broadcast booth. I can tell you that.
Well, welcome, man.
Usually, I'm only here as the league runner of the trucks, so
yeah.
I usually don't join for anything else. So this is a little weird for me to be up here like this.
Well, Swats, I guess I can kind of get 2 interviews in at once, all right? Earlier in the spring at Vegas, you had a very, very fast car. You got that done. Unfortunately, I didn't interview you because I didn't do the full top 3. It was just the winner at that time. So I know you had a phenomenal race at Vegas, and tonight you were up there with the leaders for the most of the race, and you led a great majority of stage 3. Plus, you got stage points at the end of stage 2. You had a hot rod, man. Walk us through your race.
I mean, first, I've got to give it all to Cadillac. He worked with me a lot this week, which definitely obviously helped. I could not figure out this track. I really love this track. It feels like kind of like Las Vegas style a little bit to me,
Yep.
where you just drift it off into the corner and roll it through and then get into the gas for as quickly as you can and just power it out of there. But he helped me on my spots of where to let off, where to hit the gas, where to roll it, helped me with the setup. I was thinking about going with an 8, but we went a little lower, so that definitely helped with not getting loose in the long run, which it was still fast right off the bat, but it was definitely a lot better on the long run than the short run, but it definitely helped for sure. I was a little confused. I didn't know what to do with that last pit stop. It's hard when you have two guys who are really good at saving fuel with those sticks or those shifters, and to not have that shifter definitely is an impact, I think. But I tried to do what I could, and I wasn't sure if I could make it with that right rear on whether or not I should just gas and go or take the right sides and gas. I wound up taking the one can and rights, which Watt and Asbel got out there, and I just couldn't catch up to them at all. I was catching them a little bit, but I think both of them had to save a little bit at the end or something because I gained about 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden it was even for like 3 laps. So I wasn't sure exactly what happened there, but it's very strange being up here for actually talking, and I feel like I just rambled. So
No, man, you do all you want to do. I tell you what, your brother's out there in chat right now saying you better thank me, full damn fuel mileage race. And then of course he's congratulating Watt on the win, and so is Combat B saying good work, Watt. Worm Rider's been out there a little bit. Coey's been out there. A few other people. Gary was out there for Alpha York, I think it was. So yeah, there have been a few people out there definitely rooting people on. Coey now saying, "Way to go, man!" But man, you could take all the time you need. You are definitely due. You have fought hard. You've struggled. I know your brothers tried to help you out a little bit in the past, and it just really seems like this time it has absolutely worked. Now, next week we're going on to Homestead. Homestead in Michigan, a little different. It has the different degrees of banking. Do you think you'll be able to take somewhat the same piece to Homestead that you had here, or do you think you might have to start from scratch? Both you get kind of loose off of 2 and loose off of 4 coming to the straights.
I actually like Homestead a lot. Again, it must be my driving style, but those type of tracks all feel the same to me. They like I said, Las Vegas, Atlanta, all the banking ones that are like Charlotte, they all feel the same to me. It must be just my driving style of how I like to just no brakes, no touching it, just let it roll in there and get on the gas as fast as possible. It's the only way I can figure out some of these tracks. But I actually do like Miami a lot, so I am hoping the setup will kind of work towards it. I might be able to start from there and maybe just do a couple little tweaks here and there just to see if I can get a little bit better. But no, it was weird being up front. At one point, Matt, I heard him call through the Discord saying, no, Swats is in the lead or Swats is in the lead or something. And I was like, I am? I was like, I thought I was almost going to lap down because I'm used to seeing the 2 blocks with my number and whoever is the leader coming up behind me is the block, and it had, I think, Fatless I think it was Fatless behind me.
Yep.
As the block on the map. So I was thinking Fatless was coming up behind me, but then Matt said it, and I looked up and I was like, holy crap, I am in the lead.
Yeah, Fatless, I think, was just basically trying to stay on the lap. It's kind of strange the way that it all worked out, but man, it definitely worked out in your favor. Again, P3 tonight. You got very good stage points. Where'd you finish in stage 1?
Second at stage 1, second at stage 2, and 3 for the final.
Man, That's going to be Coey. You better get these points up there for me ASAP. I want to see them. I'm curious to see how they all shake out. But Swats, man, congratulations again. P3 tonight. It could be a
No,
boost in the arm.
I
You're going
appreciate
to
it, and it definitely is nice to actually talk to you outside of just being up here as a series runner or whatever, owner, whatever it's called. But I would like to thank definitely Shadowlack 100%.
Yep.
Watt, Cowboy, Asville, all of them, because if it wasn't for them, I don't think I'd be as fast as I was throughout the entire season compared to the front of the season. With having those fast guys like that, even in the Xfinity series, Boehner and Fatless and a couple others that are just so fast, you have to practice, you have to figure it out. It made me go buy a wheel. Think I'm going to have to get a shifter so I can compete with some of these fuel mileage races. But without those guys being in the league, it just wouldn't be the same because, at least for me, because I know I was bad at the beginning, other than Las Vegas, which, as you said, you did get me on the commentary on that one. But I definitely want to thank them for all being in the league and staying in it.
After you said other than, and then it kind of died out.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear him just fine,
No,
Pete.
unfortunately, Swats, I think we lost you. I'm not sure if your headset died or you need to unplug and then plug it back in.
I think we can all hear him.
Can you hear me?
I don't think Pete can hear us.
Or is that me?
I don't think Pete can hear us because
Yeah,
I
don't
can
think
hear
Pete can hear us.
As
Yeah,
well, I
I
don't
think
hear
Pete.
you either. Can you hear me?
Yeah, see, it's something wrong with you, Pete.
Hold on. Let me check my settings right quick. That's kind of strange though. Unless Discord is having a problem. They hear me. I can't hear them. That's awesome. Okay. Hold on. Let me turn my headset off and on again. All right. How about now?
Can you hear us?
All right, now I got you. Okay, yeah, not quite sure what that was, but all right. Sorry about that, Swats.
Yeah, I was just saying, without those guys, the league would not be the same. So they definitely pushed me 100% for sure.
Yep, they absolutely did. But man, you fought hard all season long. I know you kind of thanked your brother and thanked those guys, but man, I want to thank you. And I'm going to take this time right now. After what happened right around the start of the chase or whatever, when somebody else decided they were just gonna up and leave. I really want to thank you for stepping up with the guidance of Coey and picking up the reins of this truck season, making it your own, and keeping this running like a well-oiled machine, man. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, but I mean, I enjoy it. I like the guys that are here. I like some of the guys that were here before, but I think more to you having to spend and watch, all of us race every week, 2-3 times a week, where you have to sit and watch us. You don't get to actually race, but you do all the work behind the scenes with the broadcasting and getting it out there on Twitter and all the other places, Facebook, all doing the points now, all that stuff. So I think it's more to you than anybody else.
Well, I enjoy it just like you. I've been doing it for years. Some of these guys that are in Heat 4 and some of these other leagues I've raced with since NASCAR 09. And I wouldn't change it. Like I've told Coey and Stout and a few others, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I'm happy here with NNR, and I'll be right here with NNR for Heat 5 as well. So we'll keep this going. But congrats again, sir.
Thanks, Pete.
You got it. And then Asbull.
What's up?
Asbull, I would tell you what, I was keeping up with you. In stage 1, I wasn't quite sure where you came across the line for the completion of stage one, and then I saw Watt Racing pop up, and I'm on your trucks. I thought where you had came out, you might have gotten back to the point, but it didn't work. You had a few trucks in front of you. And then when we were getting to the first pit stop on stage two, we saw you miss the pit stop and you had to pull on back out. And of course, that took a whole lot of time away from you. You had to drive through the grass to get back up on the track. Hopefully, you were going to make it all the way around on gas. You didn't run out. You were able to get back down pit road. But with and through all that, I saw you. Then I saw the 88 of Watt Racing, and I saw the 5 Little Tank. And during that time, the 51 of SWATs and the 18 truck of Cowboy were up front. So it was like a complete points reversal. The top 3 in points were all the way in the back or close to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, the guys that were all the way in the back in points were up front. It was a beautiful switch. And then I was following along with you a little bit, and I saw and I was quiet going through the corners. I heard you really roll out of the throttle, keeping out of the gas. Couldn't quite hear whether you were slamming it down in neutral or not to save that gas. But here you are at the end, P2. You know that you're racing in Atlanta after getting it done last week at Road America. Talk about your race tonight, sir.
Yeah, stage one. I mean, I decided not to save fuel because I didn't really need it, so I didn't really care. So I just went down pits and I just helped Trippy and Swat try to get the most points possible. Same thing in stage two. I kept Trippy in the lead, and when we came around 3 and 4, let Swats have second, and I just finished third. What happened to pit in stage 3 was, Jesus, Trippy. I don't know what he was doing. But for some odd reason, he decided he wanted to ride on the apron all the way to the corner.
Yep.
And then,
around.
yeah, I don't know why. He said I was trying to show he was trying to pit. I'm like, dude, you were down there the whole time. And that's what messed everything up. So, it's whatever. Like I said, I'm already locked in. I was just there to just try to help some people.
Well, man, it was a beautiful race. At times y'all got a little spread out, but there was still, the tip battles that you see right here in Michigan, all race long. There was at least 1 or 2 to go back through and kind of keep up with, and guys on the inside, guys on the outside, guys pushing the person in front all the way down these straightaways, maybe trying to mess up their rhythm, getting in corner or not. But man, I'm really looking forward to the next 3 races that I'll be calling right here in Michigan during the week. The one tomorrow night, the Pro Invitational, the more than a Cape.org race Tuesday night with the Xfinity guys, and then Thursday with the Cup guys for NNR. Man, it's going to be a good week of racing. I know you're going to be back on Tuesday night. Is there anything that you've learned tonight that you can actually transfer over to Tuesday night? Maybe a little less gas, a little more gas, or anything that you can carry over?
Not try to help people on the final stage. No, I'm joking. I don't know. It was just a little mishap. That's all. Nothing really different you have to do. Not much really. I'm probably gonna end up using the same setup I was using in the truck, so I just had to go down a couple presets or whatever. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of excited for tomorrow night. To be honest with you, more excited than that than Tuesday.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and for anybody out there that's not quite sure what I was just talking about, it's the Farewell to Heat 4 more than a Cape.org Pro Invitational. It's a race between NNR, Spark, and Shake and Bake. There's a lot of very, very popular people, some pro league drivers and whatnot that are in these races. And last week at Talladega was a phenomenal time. I have no doubt in my mind that tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun as well. But as will any shout outs, sir?
No, just shout out the SWATs, and I was trying to help you there. And like I said, if we would have stayed all together, I think you probably could have pulled it off, but it would have been close. And then, good job to Watt. He got the good end of the deal there.
All right,
And
there you go.
UPP.
Thank you, sir. All right, and then Watt Racing, I get to come back to you. How are you, buddy?
I'm feeling good, buddy. A win's a good time every time we win.
Oh man, it's got to feel like it's this win has been coming for a while. But buddy, you've been persevering all season long. You got a couple under your belt. You've been sitting pretty points, not too far behind Asbel. And now after this finish tonight, no matter what happens at Homestead or Martinsville here in just 2 more weeks, you know that when we get to Atlanta, no holds barred. You're in there. You're racing for your second championship. In back-to-back years, trying to keep it all rolling in the right direction. Walk us through your stage one, stage two, and how did you come back with this lead? Were you just able to save that much gas?
Well, yeah, stage one, when we were doing our pace lap, I immediately saw it was going to be close. I always will look at that. I think that's important because it doesn't matter how fast you are at that point or what kind of battles you have. If you're going to run out of fuel, you're going to run out of fuel. And if it's usually there's a certain amount of laps, certain tracks, and you can kind of think, all right, I might be able to make it. Honestly, in stage one, I was having so much fun going 2 and 3 wide and battling that I completely forgot. And then it was about 7 to go. I thought, oh crap, I better start saving fuel because everybody's pushing so hard. I knew everybody's going to pit. So I was able to somehow, I was going slow, was able to get it. And then stage two, we didn't really have to worry about fuel at all. And that was probably the funnest part of the race. We were all up there. Most of the field was together, mixing it up. So, had a lot of the race where I was having fun and racing hard, but once the final stage started, I immediately always look at that and started doing the math in my head, and I saw that it was going to be about 4 or 5 laps, and I thought, man, that's going to be intense, but I didn't want to ride around and just waste time trying to get around people and get frustrated. So I kind of committed to start saving. Basically every time I just go into 2 or go into go into 1 or go into 3, I was just kicking it into neutral for about 3 or 4 seconds, and I just did that every single lap of the last stage. More so, sometimes me and Asbel kind of caught each other, and it was kind of funny because we were trying to see who could go the slowest because he didn't want to be in front of me, and I didn't want to be in front of him. So I kind of was giggling at that, but yeah, just committed to it at that point, and I knew it was going to work out this way. But the hardest part was there at the end with about 15 to go or whatever. When we were done, I had to still watch that gap because if Asbel had saved enough, I was, watching to make sure he wasn't turning it on and chasing after me. So it was a delicate balance of save fuel and make sure he wasn't going to make a charge on me. So it was very intense. But yeah, kind of the bookend at Asbel's 9-10 race win streak. I like to, I got the one, then he went on his tear, and then it's nice to be the guy that's kind of nabbing 1 or 2 here and there. So yeah, very, very happy with it.
Man, I don't doubt it one bit. And I was actually keeping an eye on that gap that you were just talking about for those last 5 races. And at times it seemed like he was catching you. And I think I commented to that point. And then you would pull away just a little bit, and then he'd catch up a little bit on the backstretch. Then you'd pull away on the front. It just seemed like it was a back and forth, kind of like a teeter-totter war. And then once I saw that the gap wasn't closing anymore with like 3 to go, I just stayed on you, and that was pretty much it. But it was a phenomenal finish. I was glad to see you come across. You've been fighting through a lot of adversity, a lot of people, back and forth and social media and whatnot. I'm glad to see you fighting hard to keep this back-to-back championship alive. Now, looking forward to Homestead next week, just like I asked SWAT. Is there anything you can take from tonight's race, the banking, Homestead is a lot more narrow But is there anything that you can take from tonight towards next week?
I'll tell you right now. Next week, I'm gonna just be cruising and just kind of enjoying the ride. And I'm gonna start focusing on Martinsville for one, just because I almost always have dominant races there. I don't care who I'm racing. So I'd really like to win Martinsville just for the fact I won Martinsville earlier in the season.
Yep.
So Homestead to me will be a complete just show up. I don't care. I literally don't care if I run last. I'm going to be spending the next week or two focusing on Martinsville, literally because I love that track. I know it's not important, but that'd be great momentum going into Atlanta. And tonight didn't think I'd have a chance tonight. Just had that same mentality. I just want that championship. I've got plenty of wins and things like that. I've ran a good season, I think, but from here on out, it's on now for Martinsville and Atlanta. Those are my two focuses. So I wish I could tell you something for Homestead, but I do not care about that race. Just want to get one, hopefully two more wins at Martinsville and Atlanta. It's going to be tough, but I was able to do it last year over Ingles. He was kind of the same story as Bill is now, and was able to pull one out there. So I still trying to be the guy to put a fight to Asbo, I guess, has kind of been my narrative. And I know he can sense it, and I hope he's a little nervous, but this definitely helps getting down to the wire. I'm just trying to give some competition, and I'm trying to put the best effort I can and trying to kick ass.
Well, there you go, man. I tell you, when we get to Atlanta, the points that y'all have right now, they mean absolutely butkus. Everybody's going to go there with 0 points. There's no stage points, no points for anything. It's all about the first of the 4 contenders for that championship coming across the line. And if you're running third and it's a non-championship driver in first and second, you just win the championship. So if you're the first championship contender that comes across that line, no matter where you are in the field, you've got it. You got it done last year. We know that you can. I faith in you. Man, what a great race, and congratulations again on another 2020 win. Any shout outs from your Watt?
Yeah, shout out first of all to Fireball, because I'm going to smash several of those tonight. And shout out to Asbel for the competition, and really all these guys. There was some really intense racing tonight, and this is tough to do good in this series. And I've been kind of a dud over some of these races in the playoffs, but just the competition is always on point. So shout out to really everybody that I race against that puts me on my toes and pushes me to do better, like Swats was saying. And shout out to you for calling it and causing excitement and getting people talking about us. And yeah, ready to go have some drinks.
There you go, man. Well, you enjoy it. Definitely earned the right to throw a few back tonight. And congratulations again to all 3, especially you, Swats. Congratulations, buddy. Asbel, again, top 2. And, of course, Watt Racing running that 88 all season long. Congratulations to you, Watt. But as for me, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. That's it for the Truck Series here at Michigan. Again, I will be back tomorrow night with the Goodbye Heat 4 MoreThanACape.org Pro Invitational. And funny enough, it's right here from Michigan. Again, it's a collaboration between eSpark, NNR, and Shake and Bake. So if you're a big fan of Frozen Toes and Dohar and Stout Whiskey and a bunch of other guys, come on out, say hi. I promise I don't bite. Also on Tuesday night, we got the NNR Xfinity Series right here from Michigan. And then, of course, on Thursday night, it's those Cup guys. And HD Motorsports will be live in the booth, just like Tuesday night. Stout will be with me there. But as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Do what you got to do, and I'll catch you around the track. Have a great night. Bye.